This is CNN Breaking News.
I'm Wolf Blitzer in Washington. We're continuing our breaking news coverage of a dramatic, horrific story, unfortunately, unfolding in Connecticut right now. In Newtown, Connecticut, at a small elementary school, the Sandy Hook Elementary School. For those of you who are just turning in, we are now getting numbers. Our own John King reporting, quoting law enforcement sources as saying at least 20, but perhaps closer to 30 individuals, many of them children, have been killed in this incident. The individual, the suspect, a 20-year-old, is the suspect, the shooter, is a 20-year-old, a law enforcement official with knowledge of the investigation, telling our Susan Candiotti that suspect, we believe, is dead right now. You just heard police at a small briefing didn't provide a lot of information, but they did tell us the area now appears to be secure. But this has been a horrific, horrific mass killing at an elementary school in Connecticut, a school for kids from kindergarten through fourth grade. We're watching all of this unfold. Lisa Procaccini is on the phone with us right now. She's a parent of an 8-year-old at that school, the Sandy Hook Elementary School. Your 8-year-old is fine, I take it, Lisa. Tell us what happened. Walk us through what you saw and what you heard.
Well, I got a call from one of the teachers who was with my daughter at the time and locked themselves in a bathroom. They kept my child calm and told her it was just some hammering going on. And this is all of what my daughter told me what happened. Next thing you know, the police came in and they, I guess, knocked on the door and they let the students, or my daughter and her teacher out. And as my daughter's walking out, she did see blood and glass. And that's what her, as much as she saw, that's what she saw. But I got a call from the teacher who was wonderful enough to give me a call and let me know that my daughter was safe.
And she's home with you right now?
Yes.
And how's she dealing with this? I assume this has been a pretty traumatic experience for her.
I don't really think she gets it right now. I don't think she understands how serious things are. I'm kind of even numb to the fact of what's going on. I'm just in this state of shock still. I think just time will tell. I don't know how I'm going to handle having her know all the whole situation. So
your little 8-year-old has been a student at this school, the Sandy Hook Elementary School, since kindergarten? So you presumably knew a lot of the teachers. You knew the principal as well, right?
Yes, I did.
Tell us about the principal.
Wonderful, beautiful person. She's pretty new with the school, and you couldn't ask for a better principal. She's very warm and personable, and she's always making you feel comfortable about your child at the school.
Did you, in your wildest imagination, and I know this is a tough situation, Lisa, could you ever imagine a mass shooting in Connecticut, in your small town, not far away from Danbury? Did this ever cross your mind, something like this could happen?
Well, no, but however, it's happening so much that, it's those towns that you would least suspect it's happening, it's happening to. And why is it happening so much, and what are we going to do in the future for other schools? How are we going to stop this?
And what do you think? What do we need to do?
I wish I knew the answer to that. Just have the principals, teachers more aware, more equipped, perhaps, with things. I'd like to see something like that take place.
Yeah, it's a horrific
have all
situation.
Our schools and all our children take place. Be safe.
Lisa, thank God your little girl, your 8-year-old girl, is okay with you at home. Lisa Procaccini joining us on the phone. Good luck dealing with all of this. Obviously, a horrific situation. Just a little while ago, one of the young students at the school spoke out and said this.
I was in the gym at the time, and so the teachers, we heard like lots of bangs, and we thought that it was the custodian knocking stuff down. We heard screaming, and so we went to the wall, and we sat down, and then a police came in. It's like, is he in here? Then he ran out. And then our teachers, then somebody yelled, get to a safe place. So we went to the closet in the gym, and we sat there for a little while. And then the police, were knocking on the door, and they're like, we're evacuating people. So we ran out. There's police about at every door. They're leading us down this way, quick, come on. Then we ran down to the firehouse. There's a man pinned down to the ground with handcuffs on, and we thought that was the victim. We really didn't get a good glance at him because he was, there's a car blocking it, plus we were running really quick. So then we got to the firehouse, and we sat in our classes, and we were all really happy that we're all alive.
Hard to believe this could happen in Newtown, Connecticut, not far from Danbury, Connecticut, at a small elementary school, a few hundred kids in there, kindergarten through fourth grade. The police chief spoke to reporters a little while ago and said this.
I will give you some very basic and brief information as we know it now, and we will set up regular press briefings as appropriate. Just after 9:30 this morning, Newtown Police received a 911 call for an emergency at the elementary school. Newtown PD, upon obtaining information as to the stature of the situation, contacted the Connecticut State Police and requested assistance from state police and surrounding local police departments. On and off duty troopers responded to the school, and with Newtown Police, immediately upon arrival, entered the school and began a complete active shooter search of the building. That included checking every door, every crack, every crevice, every portion of that school. Our main objective was to evacuate as quickly and efficiently as possible any and all students and faculty in the school. The entire school was searched. That was accomplished. A staging area was set up. The students and staff were put into that staging area, and soon thereafter, the children and staff were reunited with their parents and their loved ones. There were several fatalities at the scene, both students and staff. There is no information relative to that that is being released at this time until we've made complete and proper notification. The shooter is deceased inside the building. There's a great deal of work that is undertaken immediately upon locating the shooter, and that is there's a great deal of search warrant activity, there's a great deal of law enforcement activity both in and out of state to ensure that we cover all the bases relative to that specific individual. Suffice it to say, the scene is secure. State Police Major Crime Squad, Newtown Police Department, Danbury State's Attorney, and many agencies are working together to answer all the questions surrounding exactly what happened. As Mr. Ochogrocio said, we will keep you briefed, we will keep you informed on a regular basis. We will put everything out via our website and with these press conferences.
That was the police chief in Newtown, Connecticut. Law enforcement source close to the investigation tells our own Susan Candiati that the suspect, who is deceased, is a 20-year-old. We don't know the precise connection, the relationship he may have had with this small elementary school. We are working that. Susan Candiati is going to be joining us momentarily. In fact, she's with us right now. You're on the scene, Susan. Update us on what you know.
Well, Wolf, the latest information we have now, and I didn't hear your earlier reports just now, but is that the death toll is now rising. Earlier, we had heard that it was about 20 people. Now we are hearing the number of fatalities of both adults and children is closer to 30, and 18 to 20 of those dead are children, Wolf. We are hearing also that the dead shooter in this case, already dead, is someone in his 20s. We do know, according to the state police, they announced at the news conference that a search warrant is being executed at that suspected shooter's home. The shooter has been identified to me by a source as Ryan Lanza. Ryan Lanza, in his 20s. Apparently, we are told from the source from this area. However, that has not been confirmed by the state police, who did say that a search warrant is being executed at this time. Just a horrific day here in Newtown, Connecticut, as this community is coming to grips ever so slowly with this terrible massacre, Wolf.
So Brian Lanza, you know the spelling of his last name, Susan?
Ryan. It's Ryan. I don't know whether you said Brian, but Ryan Lanza with an R, exactly. In his 20s. We are still trying to find out more information, get confirmed information about what connection he may have, if any, to the school. And we do know that would be standard operating procedure, that police would be actively searching his home for any clues as to what may have allegedly led him to this. We do know, according to another source, that at least 2 weapons were recovered from his body, which was discovered in a classroom. We do not know whether he took his own life or whether he was shot by police or in some other way. Those 2 weapons described to me as a Glock and a Sig Sauer, and we don't know the caliber of weapon, but of course you have heard police say that multiple shots were fired. Eyewitnesses talk about that as well, and they are still conducting searches throughout the school, but you heard authorities say that they're satisfied that there are no other victims inside that school. We do not have a number of those wounded. Wolf?
And they say the area is now secure, although the horrific scene obviously needs to be investigated thoroughly. So just to recap, closer to 30 confirmed dead now, Susan, based on your reporting, 18 to 20 of them children. We don't know how many individuals, children, adults, were injured. We do know that several were taken to nearby hospitals, especially in Danbury, Connecticut. Is all that correct, Susan?
That's correct. That's correct. And of course, counseling services are already being made available to the surviving children and adults who've gone through this terrible experience as they try to wrap their arms around what happened to them. Imagine all these young children as well as adults who heard gunfire, who were hurried out of that school just as soon as police said it was safe for them to do so, while police conducted a thorough search of that school, and they said that they're satisfied that that school has been cleared. However, they still need all this additional information to try to find out what led to the shooting, precisely who this shooter is, and what may have led to this. Wolf?
And where this shooter got those 2 weapons that were used in this mass murder at this elementary school. Susan, stand by for a second. I want our viewers to listen to what a nurse who rushed to the scene to help, what she just said.
I see you've been crying.
Yes.
Is it because of what you saw?
No, they wouldn't even let us in the building. All I can say is that one of the cops said it's, the worst thing he'd ever seen in his entire career. But it was when they told the parents, all these parents were waiting for their children to come out. They thought that they were, still alive. There's 20 parents that were just told that their children are dead. It was awful.
And you were unable to do anything. You wanted to get down and help.
Right. We knew at one point they asked the ambulances to leave, that they didn't need them, and we knew that that wasn't a good sign.
Alexis, you told me that you were sitting in class this morning and you saw a lot of police. Tell me how you found out what was going on.
Well, we found there was all these people, and we found out because there was right near the window in our classroom, and we saw police officers, and we heard them on the roof and in our building.
Was everybody crying, scared, wanting their parents to come get them?
Yeah. They were, and then some people were even they kind of felt they got a stomach ache.
Did you hear any gunshots or anything like that?
Well, police officers, they were kinda, because there's police officers right out the door, trying to find the guy.
What a horrific scene indeed. Just to recap, the shooter in this case, the suspected gunman, identified now as Ryan, R-Y-A-N, Lanza, L-A-N-Z-A, in his 20s. That, according to a law enforcement source who told that to CNN. The shooter died at the scene. We don't know the circumstances on how he died. We're working those details as well. We do know that the President of the United States, President Obama, has been briefed on what is going on right now. He wants to get a firmer grasp on what is going on before he speaks out publicly, according to our White House correspondent Brianna Keeler. But he will be making a statement